Hello everyone, this is Jade Inspiration Masters. I am at I Am Voice Live with super talented people here. And we are beginning. The show begins now.
Hi, my name is Sandhya and I'm going to be giving you the funnies. Stay tuned and don't forget to watch the first video.
Hello, I'm Siddha and I'm gonna give you guys the month of August in sports.
Hey guys, this is Yashasree, coming to you live from I'm Voice Live magazine on the future of technology. Don't forget to watch and stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Aarav and I'm going to be doing the video games. Make sure to stay tuned.
I'm Hansika from I'm Voice Live, and I'm talking all about books. Stay tuned.
Hello everyone. This series is a video version of the newsletter I Am Voice, the newsletter of the inspiring company Inspiration Masters, led by Mr. J and Mrs. Deepthi Pujara. We will be posting a video the second Friday of every month. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. It will greatly help. Now on to our laughs for the day. How was coronavirus introduced to the world? Well, it was like this. And then coronavirus ruled the world. But we don't know how it will end. Well, if it goes like what I imagined, it will be like this. This is the endgame mitten. It is made from the hide of a Pegasus and made in China. Notice the spaces for each of the endgame stones. Once we have all of the stones, we will be able to vanquish coronavirus once and for all. First step, we have the Clorox stone. This is the first box of Clorox wipes ever made, apparently, and the juice that collected at the bottom formed this stone. Ooh. Next up, we have the hand sanitizer stone. This hand sanitizer was used by Julius Caesar. It's antique. Ooh. What? The disinfectant stone is right here. This bottle isn't special at all. It's the one that my mom uses. If anything, it's cursed. Oh, oh no, this one requires a blood sacrifice. Ow. Oh, the mask stone. Toilet paper storm! That was really sudden and unexpected, but at least we got the toilet paper stone. This is from the last toilet paper roll in Walmart, and nobody murdered anybody to get it. Okay, moving on. And last but not least, the Fauci stone. Oh, hello, Dr. Fauci. Oh, thank you. Oh no, do you need a Band-Aid? Here you go. Okay, all better. Now that we have all of the stones, we will be able to vanquish coronavirus once and for all. Let's do this. By the power invested in me, by the cleaning supplies, and Dr. Fauci, I sentence you to death, coronavirus, by hand sanitizer protein shake.
Hello everyone, I am Siddha and this is the sports section of the magazine. I hope you guys enjoy. We're going to start off with European football and the UEFA Champions League final, which is today's equivalent of the American Super Bowl. This game ended in a 1-0 win for Bayern Munich, with Kingsley Coman, a Parisian, who scored the game-winning goal against Paris Saint-Germain. What a coincidence. We'll be moving forward to the Lionel Messi in Barcelona saga. This occurred because Lionel Messi was fed up with exiting the Champions League every single year for the third year in a row, and this year was probably the most embarrassing of them all. And that says something, because last year, they blew a 3-0 win. But this year, they lost 8-2 against Bayern Munich, the champions. Messi wanted to leave Barcelona because he wanted to compete at the highest level with the best, such as Ronaldo, Neymar, and other players. Oh wait, hold on. It seems I'm getting an update. Looks like Lionel Messi has just decided to stay at Barcelona due to his son's requests. Whoa, what a turn of events. Moving on to the NBA. The NBA has come up with a project called the NBA Bubble, or NBA restart. But what they mean by bubble is nobody exits and nobody leaves to make sure that the virus does not transmit from person to person. But if someone does decide that they want to exit or they want to leave, they have to quarantine themselves for 14 days inside the bubble to assure that nobody else gets the virus. And they have frequent testing around once a week and little to no contact. Overall, I think the project has been quite successful, considering the fact that viewership has gone up and fans have something to enjoy during this pandemic. Also, it's not like fans went away. They still have Zoom fans on the sidelines at every meeting. The most surprising part, I've got to say, is the Phoenix Suns going 8 wins and 0 losses throughout their time in the bubble. But unfortunately, this run did not result in them making the playoffs. We have the Lakers, the Clippers, the Nuggets, and the Rockets. The Clippers beating the Mavericks, even though Luka Doncic's extraordinary efforts. And the Lakers beating the Portland Trailblazers. Also, the Nuggets come back from being down 3-1 against the Jazz, ending up winning it 4-3. And this series was a thriller, with Jamal Murray of the Denver Nuggets scoring 50 points on 2 occasions, setting a record with Donovan Mitchell of the Jazz for most 50-point games in a playoff series. Unfortunately, now we moved on to the second round of the playoffs, with the Bucks against the Heat, with the Raptors against the Celtics, with the Lakers against the Rockets, and with the Clippers against the Nuggets. Thank you all for watching. I'm Siddha, and this is the sports section.
Next, we have Yashasree with the future of technology.
Thanks, Siddha, for the great information. Okay, guys, now moving on to technology. What if I said that for the next 72 hours, you weren't allowed to use a single piece of technology? Would you be able to do it? Most people wouldn't, including myself. I won't be able to survive, is how most kids put it. Technology has become such an essential part of our life that humans depend on it every day. No need to sweep the floor anymore, we've got vacuums. No need to wash your clothes by hand, we've got washing machines. No need to go to concerts to entertain yourselves, we've got TVs. When you think of technology in the 21st century, you imagine drones, virtual reality, 3D printers, self-driving cars, multi-use rockets, and satellites. These are only a few of the many technologies that have been invented in the 21st century and completely changed life as we see it. That's enough present day talk about technology. Now let's talk about something much more exciting. Technology in the future. Technology in the future will take a completely different turn from where we are now. Let's substitute the year 2030 for the future. Digital life in 2030 will become something no one really expected. Technology will be so involved in our daily lives that it will become like electricity, rarely visible but more embedded in people's lives, for good and ill. The environment will become completely operated by globally immersive computing networks built through escalations of smart sensors, cameras, databases, and software. There will be an increasing enhancement of virtual and augmented reality, much to human activity, even perception, and artificial intelligence. Yes, those creepy robots that look, talk, and act like humans will be everywhere. This will be exploited through the use of portable, implantable, and autonomous tools, such as drones and self-driving cars. The economical, social, and business scope will change to include encounters through virtual reality and telepresence. Telepresence is basically a set of technology that helps create the ambience of a place, as if you were actually there, similar to virtual reality. Lifelike robots can become the primary caregivers for elderly and people in poor health. There might even be implants in the human body, for example, the eye. There can be an implanted contact lens that can cure eyesight. Even though it may seem like that technology can take over humanity in the future, there are still many, many bright sides to consider. One way is that sharing information will become effortlessly interwoven into the internet. making daily life smarter, safer, and more efficient. Communication involving gadgets and technology will be commonplace and will increase productivity and enhancement. Some technologies that focus on perception, such as virtual and augmented reality and implantable devices, will make a big difference in bringing awareness of the world to people. It will also take a turn on infrastructure and physical bodies because they will soon be equipped with smart devices, allowing them to enable maintenance and auto repair. Alas, we have come to everyone's favorite part, criticizing the decisions taken to multiply the amount of robot assistants in the upcoming years. No one likes those metal-faced humanoids that speak in monotonous tones while displaying their brains at their splendor. So let's go to the dark sides of technology in the future, or how I like to call it, the screensaver's evil lair. As you learned from the previous slide, technology has helped us in many ways, and is a huge part of our life. But have you ever wondered if it has become too much of our life? Some of the many problems is privacy. Privacy will be more at risk as the digital environment grows and becomes ever smarter than before. The nature of work will also change in many unpredictable ways, such as artificial intelligence and robotic machines taking over major job functions. Self-driving cars, artificial intelligence, and smart digital agents can advance rapidly, displacing many jobs. Another downside is that technology in different parts of the world can wreak havoc because some countries have certain technology while others don't. Cyberbullying will escalate and make the digital web insecure for others. Organizations can fall behind in responding to complex network challenges. And of course, what everyone once feared, the robot uprising. Out of all the amazing technologies that exist in the world today, I want to talk specifically about one that amazes me most, virtual reality. Virtual reality is basically a simulation that creates an experience and view of something that is either similar or completely different from the real world. It is a computer-aided stimuli that creates an illusion of being somewhere else. Virtual reality has surely changed the way humans see the digital realm, while also creating lots of new opportunities for improvement. VR tech is useful for many things. For example, virtual reality can endorse us in 3D models of cities or structures that are already in the process of being planned. This really helps engineers and architectural designers plan ahead. But what all this is for doesn't have an answer. The least satisfying response is that it's for everything. Virtual reality chose a prominent application for entertainment, games, medical, architectural, and educational purposes. Technology is used all around the world, and for many different purposes also. Some of its multiple uses is in medical fields. Virtual reality has helped patients suffering from PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. By recreating the ambience of a traumatizing incident, the doctors can help the patients in facing their fear, while it's not even happening in real life. Virtual reality has also helped in training surgeons in doing surgeries in a virtual world. Some other ways technology has helped in the medical field is by having robot assistants to conduct surgeries, using scanners to x-ray the inside of bodies, keeping records through EHRs, and providing wearable technology for patients. Technology is also used in education. For example, in school, we use laptops, iPads, projectors, smartboards, and more. Technology is also used in space, one of them obviously being the rockets that get launched to outer space. SpaceX makes rockets that can come to use multiple times. And it's not only that, the Hubble Space Telescope helps us identify and spot numerous stars and celestial grandeurs in the night sky, not to mention the great insight and understanding it gave us about our position in the universe. Those are only a few of the many ways technology is used in the world today. That's all for today. This is Yashasree signing off and handing it over to Aarav.
Hello, my name is Aarav, and I'm gonna be doing the video games. Hi. The history of video games goes as far back as the early 1950s when computer scientists began designing simple games and simulations as part of their research. These games are played on computers, and moves were made by the means of punch cards. Video games became popular in the 1980s when video arcade games and game consoles using joysticks were introduced. Video games became even popular when the evolution of computer graphics screens, and that's when home video games were introduced to the general public. The early 1990s saw a decline of arcade games and slow transition to 3D games with improved handheld games and PC. It was during this era mobile phone games emerged and captured the attention of all ages, be it a kid, a teenager, or even an adult. With the increased popularity of video games, introduction of the console-based video games captured the gaming market attention, during which Sony's PlayStation gained industry acceptance and Nintendo released its 64-bit Super Mario. Mobile phones began popular gaming platforms when Nokia installed Snake onto its line of mobile phones in 1997. As the game gained popularity, every major phone brand offered time-killer games that could be played in a very short moment. The eighth generation of video games shows no stopping, and as a gamer, we have never been more privileged as we have a lot of gaming consoles to choose from, like Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PS4. VR consoles are seemingly the new piece of gaming hardware to look out for. The move-to-move technology has defined the recent chapter of gaming, but while on-the-move gaming is well suited to the busy life of millennials, gaming on mobile devices has also limitations, which is a small screen and battery life. Thank you.
In this part, we will give you 5 riddles. Comment down below with your answers. People who answer all 5 questions correctly will automatically be eligible for a $25 Inspiration Masters gift card. In the next video, we will draw a name and they will be the lucky winner. For our first riddle, a bus driver was heading down a busy street in the city. He went past 3 stop signs without stopping, went the wrong way down a one-way street, and answered a message on his phone, but the bus driver didn't break any traffic laws. How? Remember to put your answer down below. Second riddle. What 2 things can you never eat for breakfast? On to our third. What can go up a chimney down, but can't go down a chimney up? For our fourth riddle, a railroad crossing without any cars. Can you spell that without any R's? And for our last and final riddle, an elephant in Africa is called Lala. An elephant in Asia is called Lulu. What is an elephant in Antarctica called? Remember to comment down below. And now I'm going to hand it over to Hansika for her topic of books.
Quick, what are you thinking about right now? Maybe you're thinking about how awesome I am, but in the back of your head, you're probably thinking about that boring long book you have to finish for school. Well, that's what I'm thinking about. I have to finish reading this 500-page book, and because of my amazing procrastination skills, I only have 1 week to finish that. Isn't it great? You're probably in the same boat as me, so here are 5 S's for reading faster. The first and most important tip of all is to stop subvocalizing. Subvocalizing is when you speak the words of the book in your mind. Lots of people do this while reading. If you hadn't noticed, you can read a paragraph a lot faster than saying it out loud. Forcing your eyes to wait until your mouth finishes speaking the words slows your reading down. To prevent this, place your tongue on the roof of your mouth. The second tip is to skim and read. Skimming is when we rapidly read something and only comprehend the important information. To quicken your reading pace, skim the text and understand what this page is going to be about. Then read the page normally and you'll be prepared on all the info you're going to receive. This prevents confusion and rereading. The third tip is to skip through the page. Your eyes can look at stuff in chunks, so let's use that to our advantage. Instead of reading every word, skip through the page and read in 3 to 5 word chunks. Use your finger to point at each chunk and your eyes will follow. You'll be surprised at the results. The fourth tip is to study vocab. If we see a word in a book, we don't know, we have to search it up, and this wastes a lot of time. It would be a lot easier if we already knew the definition, right? That's why you should have one vocab word a day. You will see at least one of these words when you're reading, even if it's after 10 years. You may even see it in your SAT, and you'll thank me later when you get that question right. Today's vocab word is tantalize. This means to torture or tease someone with an impossible promise. For instance, the tantalizing smell of my neighbor's garlic bread wafted towards me. The smell was torturing since I knew I could never sink my teeth into that perfectly seasoned piece of bread. Speaking of food, the fifth tip is sweet rewards. If the main problem you have is procrastination since you don't want to read this boring book, then this tip is for you. Have rewards for finishing a chapter or reading for 20 minutes. These rewards can be a bite of garlic bread or a piece of chocolate. This will encourage you to finish the book. You've just learned the 5 S's to reading faster. Stop sub-vocalizing, skim and read, skip through the page, study vocab, and sweet rewards. J.K. Rowling once said, "I do believe something very magical can happen when you read a good book." But when you're talking about that giant book your teacher forces you to read, I would not exactly call that magical. But don't worry, magical or not, sit back and relax, because you're going to finish reading that book in a flash. That's all for today. See you soon with the next episode of I'm Voice Live. Thanks for watching.